Every struggling trader has the same problem. It's not your strategy and not your screen time. It's simple, but more destructive than all of those combined. It's the size of your trades.
And until you understand what oversized risk does to your brain, not your account, your brain, you will keep repeating the same cycle, again and again, until there's nothing left in your pockets. Let me tell you why this is so hard to see. We've been always told in every other area of life that bigger effort equals bigger results. You work harder, you earn more. You train harder, you get stronger. More commitment, more reward. So when you come to trading, you carry that same belief. You look at a small position and it feels like you're not even trying, like you're fooling around. And you think about a bigger position, it feels like conviction, like confidence, like you're finally serious. But here's the problem. Trading doesn't reward effort. It doesn't reward confidence. It doesn't care how committed you are. Trading rewards clarity. And the second you trade too big, guess what happens? Clarity flies away. It's gone, and you're only left with chaos. Let me describe what's actually happening inside your body when you put on a trade that's too large, because this is where shit starts hitting hard. At first, you feel it as excitement, energy. This is the one. This trade is going to matter. Then the market moves, maybe against you, maybe in your favor, then it pulls back, and something shifts. You start feeling your chest tightens, your breathing gets shallow, your focus collapses down to a single candle. Every tick feels personal. Every red number feels like it's saying something about you, about your intelligence, your worth, your future. But don't worry, this is not you being weak. This is not a discipline failure. This is your nervous system detecting a threat. And we've all lived that. See, your brain does not know the difference between a losing trade and a physical danger. When the risk is too large, your body triggers the same survival response as if you were being chased. Heart rate spikes, cortisol floods your bloodstream, and your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic, rules, and rational decisions, shuts down. You are now operating on instinct, fight or flight. I used to suffer from this. I was constantly moving my stop losses and closing my winners before hitting the TP. And the worst part? I was convincing myself that I was taking rational decisions, that I was protecting my capital. Complete bullshit. It wasn't rational. It was just fear. Fear taking over me. You know the moment. It's late. Markets closed hours ago, but you're still sitting there, staring at the chart, replaying the trade, moving the entry back in your head, telling yourself if you had just waited 5 more minutes. You can't stop. You're not learning anything. You're just punishing yourself. And you already know you'll do the exact same thing tomorrow. And here's the part no one talks about. When that oversized loss hits, your brain doesn't just register the money, it registers pain. And neuroscience tells us that the pain of losing is roughly twice as intense as the pleasure of a similar win. So now you're trapped in a hole, and your brain is screaming at you to climb out immediately. So what do? You size up. You take the next trade bigger because you need to recover fast. You need to get back to even. And this is when the death spiral begins. Big position, big loss, then bigger position to recover, bigger loss, even bigger position out of pure desperation. And before you even notice, your account is gone. And for me, it always started the same way. One trade that was too big for my nervous system to handle. Now let me show you an example of how truly devastating this can be from something we've all lived. It's March 2020. COVID hits, and the markets completely lose their minds. Stocks swinging 30–40% in a single day. Circuit breakers triggering. The VIX spiking to levels not seen since 2008. I've seen traders risking 10% per position. Confident, experienced traders get wiped in hours. Not their position, their entire account. Stops blown through, volatility eating everything alive. But here's what haunts me about that crash. It lasted about 6 weeks. Then the market recovered. And that recovery was one of the greatest opportunities in modern trading history. Traders who survived with capital made fortunes on the way back up. Some had their best months ever, while the poor, aggressive traders were already gone, sitting on the sidelines with blown accounts, watching everyone else profit from the move they were supposed to catch. They betrayed themselves. Here is a quote I want you to write down on a piece of paper and keep it right in front of your eyes, and look at it every single time you're about to enter a position. Trying to make money faster is the fastest way to lose it, because every struggling trader knows the rules. They just can't follow them. And every time you break your own rules, you stop believing you're someone who can. And that's the real danger. Not the money you lost, the trust you lost in yourself. But look, what if we flip this whole thing around? Every trade you execute cleanly builds something most traders never think about. It builds trust. It builds self-mastery. You are not betraying yourself anymore. You are taking the right path. Small size helps you with that. You follow the plan. You honor the stop. You let the trade play out. And slowly, you start proving to yourself that you can be trusted. Now, you probably had this idea at least once before. What if I take a big risk and it turns to be a winner? What if I take a 1 to 10 winning trade? I can double my capital in one single trade. Well, guess what? Even if it works, you're not doubling your accounts because you'll blow it out anyways. The only things you're actually doubling are bad fucking habits. Instead of building trust, you're building a track record of panic, hope, and regret. Even your wins are stressful, so the next trade is stressful, and the cycle never breaks. So remember, the market never rewards the trader who swings for glory. It rewards the one who survives. And here is the part that might actually change your trading habits. When your position size is small enough, truly small enough, the game stops being personal. It's not about you anymore. It's not your way out. It's just a trade. Just one execution in a long series of executions. When your risk is small enough, I mean when you only risk 1% or 2% per trade, your stop makes sense, so you honor it. Your target makes sense, so you let the price hit it. You place the trade and you don't stare at it. You manage it by your rules and move on. No voice in your head negotiating. No chest tightness. No shallow breathing. Just calm, clean execution. This is emotional neutrality. And this is the actual goal of trading. Not excitement, not adrenaline. Neutrality. Because neutrality is the only state where your brain can follow rules, process informations clearly, and let your edge play out over time. And when you can do that, trade after trade, week after week, the results compound. Not because any single trade was impressive, but because you stopped sabotaging yourself. You stopped interrupting your own edge. You just let the math work. And when you start really doing that, you're already operating at a level 90% of retail traders will never reach. So from now on, I want you to change the way you measure yourself. Stop asking, how much did I make? Start asking, did I trade at a size that let me think clearly? Did I follow my rules? Did I manage risk the way I planned? Did I stay calm when the price reversed against me? If the answer is yes, That trade was a success, even if it lost you money, because you just executed a process that over hundreds of trades produces profit. One losing trade inside a well-executed process means nothing. It's a data point, not a judgment. But a winning trade inside a broken process, that's the most dangerous outcome in trading, because it convinces you to keep doing the thing that will destroy you. It's true, you can't control the market, but you can control your size, your risk, and your execution. So from now, never betray yourself again and trade small. Smaller than your excitement, smaller than your panic, and of course, small enough that you can stay in the game. Look, if something in this video shifted how you think about trading, even just a little, drop a comment and tell me what clicked for you, because writing it down makes it real. And if you want to keep building this mindset with me, subscribe to the channel. More value is coming.